How Friends Are Parted. There was once a rich merchant who was traveling alone through a forest in a cart loaded with goods for sale. He hoped to sell his goods and make a good profit. But things did not go as per plan. One of his bull hurt himself after a fall due to a rock. His forelegs seemed to have been fractured. The merchant decided to leave the bull alone in the forest. The sad bull was afraid but did not lose hope. He saw tender grass around. As days passed by, he fed on the lush grass to his heart's content. His leg too healed with time. He was happier here than he was ever with his master. But far from happy were two jackals, Damanaka and Karataka. They were discussing near a lake. Just then, the king lion happened to pass by to quench his thirst. He did not even glance at the jackals. They had fallen from the king's favor. Hence, they would no longer get any feasts from the king. But Damanaka was sure of winning back the king's confidence. The lion had had a fine feast and was looking forward for a good sleep after drinking the cool water. No sooner had the lion started drinking the water, he heard a terrible bellowing which echoed in the nearby hills. This scared the lion out of his wits. As the bull bellowed again, the lion sprang up and ran back to the safety of his den. The jackals had seen the lion run away. Damanaka sprang to his feet with renewed confidence. Damanaka cautiously approached the lion in his den. The lion had still not recovered from his fright. The lion was wary of the jackal, but when he realized that the jackal had seen him run away from the lake, he had to spell out his fear. Damanaka seized the opportunity and told the king he would find a way to help the king, provided the king would treat them to a royal feast. The king readily agreed and invited all jackals. The king lion had provided for them all. They howled for joy. At the end of the meal, Damanaka promised the king that his fears would soon be laid to rest. Kartaka was perplexed. He asked Damanaka about his plan. Damanaka now spelled out to him that he had seen the bull bellowing and that was the only sound. There was no need to be worried about another beast. Kartaka couldn't understand why Damanaka had not told the lion earlier. Damanaka was very clear. That was for the first feast. And now he was going to tell the lion about the bull to have another feast. The two jackals tracked down the bull. Damanaka told Kartaka to sit nearby and look like a royal. Damanaka then approached the bull and told that the bull could not eat the grass there without permission. The innocent bull asked to be guided on the ways of the forest. Damanaka ordered the bull to take permission from the king's general who was seated near the tree. The bull sincerely went to ask permission from Karataka. Karataka in return asked him to go and fall at the imperial feet of King Lion. The bull was terrified. He was worried the lion would attack and kill him. But Damanaka and Kartaka dispelled his fears. The humbled bull followed the jackals to the cave of the lion. Damanaka approached the lion in his den and spun a different story for the king. He told the lion that the mighty beast had come to befriend the lion after much persuasion by the jackals. The lion easily took the bait. With a little push from Damanaka, the lion opened his treasury of food to the entire pack of jackals. The bull was humble. The lion was ready to befriend the bull, and the lion invited the bull to be his guest. The two got along well. The bull was now the honored guest of His Majesty the lion. He continued to roam around freely. One day, the lion's brother had come to meet the king. The king asked the bull to be a good host while he hunted for food for his new guest. Bull inquired about the flesh of the animals that were slain earlier today. To this, the lion replied that the two jackals had had their fill and the rest was wasted or given away. It was then that the bull realized that the king was not keeping control of the food treasure. He urged the king to keep control and not squander away the wealth of food. The lion's brother had heard it all. He too agreed with the bull. He also suggested that the bull, who was a grass eater, be made the treasurer. The king took this idea to heart. Next day, the king killed a deer. Damanaka, as always, ran to eat, but the king stopped him and asked to take his ration as per what the bull deemed fit. Days passed by, and the two jackals now started getting tired of the bull's power. The two jackals decided to separate the king and the bull's friendship. As cunning as they were, they hatched a plot. Damanaka went to the king when he was alone in his den and spoke against the bull. He told the king that the bull was a traitor and wanted to be more powerful. The bull had to be demoted. The lion did not readily agree to this thought, and he insisted on having proof. Damanaka told the king that the bull would soon be coming to attack the king with his horns lowered. Damanaka then went up to the bull and looked as dejected as possible. On being questioned by the innocent bull, the cunning jackal told the bull that the lion had secretly planned on killing the bull and letting the jackals eat him up. The bull couldn't see a reason why the lion would be displeased to take this step. But the sly jackal persuaded and made the bull believe in this dreadful story. The bull too asked for proof. To that, Damanaka told the bull that the lion would glare at him with his tail stiff, his mouth agape, and his paw raised, ready to attack. The dejected bull thought that since he was to die, it would be better to die honorably fighting with his majesty than running away. Damanaka ran ahead to the lion. The bull followed at his own pace. Damanaka told the king that the bull was ready to gore him, and the lion, angered on hearing this, stiffened up to attack the bull. The bull and lion saw each other as enemies and fought. At the end of the mighty battle, the lion had killed the bull. As he stood exhausted near the carcass, he heard gleeful howls of the jackals. Only then did he realize that it was the cunningness of the jackals that had cost him his dear friend.